And they've affiliated with me to offer you guys $30 off an Artist 24 Pro until December 31st, 2021 through AliExpress. And for the Aussies out there, they currently have 30% off the entire range, which is really cool. And you can use the coupon code XPPen005 to get an additional 5% off as well, which is really cool. And that's for any product store-wide. So, yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope you, if you want to get a tablet, feel free to check them guys out. And today we're going to create a really cool Christmassy sort of 3D environment with a cartoon character. I'm going to go with a koala hanging off a tree, drinking a drink, and being all levity-like. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a little bit of sketching, a little bit of drawing, a little bit of sculpting. Good morning, Rodrigo. And we're going to create something really fun. And hopefully, unlike the the Halloween special, I'll actually get this done on time before Christmas. So I'm sure I will, because I got 2 weeks to get this done. So yeah, good morning. Welcome to the stream. So let's get started. And by the way, this is not supplied by XP Pen. I bought this tablet like, I don't know, 9 months ago. So I actually bought this with my own money. And yeah, they just approached me to talk about the product and talk about how I use it. So feel free to ask questions about this stuff as well. So this is a drawing tablet for those who don't know. And you basically draw on it, just like an iPad Pro or a small tablet, but with a screen. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you how to use that today. And yeah, I use this every day, basically, for my work. So I can't really live without one for my day-to-day. Helps with my hands as well, so I don't get so much strain. And it's adjustable, so I can actually adjust it, bring it down, and do what I need to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and start sketching. All right. And if you guys want to ask about my setup in general, feel free to ask away. Thank you for the follow. All right, so let's start sketching. So what I'm going to do is basically sketch out a plan for this picture. So I want to actually kind of have a bent over Christmas tree, like so. So I'm going to start off with a little sketch like that. And get that all bent over. And what I'm going to do is just, I want to have the koala sort of sitting on the edge here, almost like like King Kong. Oh, cheers. Yeah, well, I'm going to do this. This is going to be from start to finish. So including the sketch, it's going to be including the sculpting process, the whole thing. So I'm going to try and get the whole thing up and ready, basically like a Christmas card. So I'm going to create the whole thing from scratch. And starting with that, there we go. So thank you for the follow as well. All right, so just getting that up there. So I actually have a cartoon character that I've had since I was a kid. I actually created a cartoon character called Crud Koala. So I'm going to use him today. Oh, no worries. Thank you for joining anyway. And thank you for watching my videos. So I appreciate that. The latest video has been doing really well. So that's really cool. And there's going to be another one in a couple days as well on doing the body. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys that as well. So let's see. I'm not trying to decide where to put the eyes in this one, because his ears are going to be like this. He has like weird pointy ears. I always had him have pointy ears. trying to figure out where exactly to put the face. So I'm just playing around with the I don't even know where to put the eyes. Eyebrows are really thick with this character as well, so it's always good fun. So in this cartoon, like idea for a character, it was like a really crass, over the top, lazy koala, because koalas are lazy, man. So yeah, I might give him big teeth this one, and just get him to go like this. Actually, I might get him to open his mouth. And he has to wear a hat, of course. He has to wear a Christmas hat. Might keep his one eye open and one eye sort of drunken. There we go. So just sketching out the idea here. And, you know, this can change completely over time. So it just depends, really, on what I plan on doing. But it's going to be really cartoony, really fun. Ah, cheers, dude. Appreciate it. Let's get that hat in there. Oh, really? What kind of is it? Is it a cartoony one or is it realistic? Let's go ahead and put the hat on like so. I'm not being too fussy about this as well, by the way. I'm just it's meant to be like pretty silly, so I don't really care about proportions or anything like that. Yeah, awesome. I need to actually do some proper sub alert animations for myself. I haven't actually done it yet. I should though. But I keep putting it off. I actually have to update my bloody even my thumbnails, like the Twitch streaming thumbnails before I start Twitch streaming. I have to update those as well. So yeah, just sketching out the character. Doing some crazy stuff. So yeah, just I might I might give him a let's see, let's give him a tinny. So I need to give him a can of something. He's Aussie after all. And let's put some froth. This will be interesting to do. See if we can actually make froth in Blender. Like look really cool. Yo, how you doing? It's also worth noting that this koala is meant to be pretty fat, so let's get that going up there. So yeah, I'm not doing like a T-pose for this one today because it's going to be sculpted out anyway. So I will T-pose him up so I can like rig him and stuff, but like I'm not going to make an absolute reference like I have with my human characters because I don't think he needs it. And again, it's meant to be a one-off, so it's not like it has to be on model or anything like that. So yeah, just go with the flow, baby. So yeah, getting that in there. This is Photoshop. So I'm using Photoshop for this one. Yeah, normally I would go with something free for these sort of things, but I just needed something that was quick and I had access to. So and I like it's 8 o'clock and I couldn't think of like one that worked best for my needs. So yeah, but I would actually recommend for free. I would actually go with I would go with Critter myself. Critter's really good. Or if you want to pay for one or get a licensed thing, Affinity is also awesome. I use Affinity for work myself, actually, and it's really really good. Great for like color swatching and stuff like that. I find it easier to use Affinity than Photoshop for color swatching. There we go. That's better. Upturned eyelids. I know, right? Ooh, my hands. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, there's something new. Who knows? Maybe I'll show my face one day. Maybe you'll see my face in the reflection. You never know. I might give myself away. But as I said before, this is actually affiliated with XP Pen. So they asked me to do a Christmassy themed thing just for fun. So if you're in the Australian Pacific region and you are looking to get a tablet, you can get $30 off any purchase with my coupon code in the link there. It's in the YouTube description if you want to check it out. Yeah, Affinity's mad. I love Affinity. Yeah, for sure. I want to get it on. I want to have a Mac on hand so I can try and see how it performs on Mac because apparently it runs like a dream on Mac. Obviously, it's designed for that first and Windows second. But yeah. But apparently it runs like a machine, like absolutely amazingly in on a Mac OS. You already promote them. How do you promote them? All right, cool. Oh, no worries, man. I appreciate it. Love the positive messages, by the way. I'm recently a graduate animator, majored in 2D. Never received 3D formation for my degree. We decided to make a short 3D film. If it wasn't for you, I don't think we got it done. That's awesome, man. Like that's similar to how I went. I did have 3D at uni, but I never had like anything that was like particularly specialized. I never did anything like uh well, we did have some 3D classes, but they weren't nearly as like robust as like a full on 3D course. So I had to sort of learn on my own, especially after uni. After uni, it was really tough to like get the resources and stuff. That's kind of why I built the channel because off of my own experience. Well, that's good to see. I think the people at XP Pen, when they see that comment, they'll be very happy to hear that. Yeah, but I don't know if they're I'll be showing them the link of this after it's finished streaming, so they can get a handle of how people are receiving their products and stuff. But yeah, if you got the film online, feel free to share it on the chat. If you got it on YouTube or unless you're planning on showing it to some short film festivals or something like that, feel free to share it away. It's always good to see what people make, and it's always cool to see that like I've seen some really cool stuff come out of my tutorials, better than what I could ever imagined. So like I saw one the other day of some person made this really cool like animated um, girl with a mask on it, and she had like really fully simulated cloth and everything. It was amazing. My school of 3D is YouTube. Yeah, that's sort of how it is for many people, I think, and even like professionals use YouTube more than you may think. Like I use it every day for finding out interesting stuff, new techniques. I need to actually practice using it for. Oh, thank you very much, Melvin Mitchell, for this sub. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. And I hope that what I make in the future is also applicable as well. And of course, if you want to support the channel and get some extra stuff, feel free to sign up for my Patreon as well. I'm spruiking a lot of shit today, but yeah, I wouldn't do it if it weren't worthwhile. Um, yeah, I'm pretty strict about that sort of stuff. Um, so yeah, just sketching out this idea. I want to have it like, yeah, just be really silly and fun. And of course, we'll do a new tree. We did a tree last year as well, but I'm gonna try maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll try and do some what do you call it? Geometry nodes for the tree leaves or some shit. I've never used geometry nodes, so this might be a good opportunity to force myself to teach it. Oh, cheers. Um, yeah. Well, my goal is to make it like, you know, make 3D as accessible as possible, basically. Like because there are so many tools out there that, you know, make it possible for people anywhere in the world to make some really crazy stuff. And why stop yourself from being able to do it? You know what I mean? Like you should have the power in your hands, and the power is right there. All you gotta do is accept it and take it. Oh, cheers. So yeah, just sketching out this stuff. I might put some prezzies at the bottom of this as well. I got another idea for uh a Christmas theme thing, but I'm not gonna do it for this stream here because it's a bit more I guess I wouldn't say controversial, just topical, I guess you can say. So I don't want to do that for this one. This one's more of a fun, silly Christmas thingy. You got assets? What are your assets? You're no, you're doing the spaceship, right? So you're doing that whole thing. Any suggestions what should be under the tree? Let's get some tinsel in there. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a full cartoony tree. Maybe it'll be like a sculpted tree to make it feel like it's all part of the same thing. I might do a sculpted tree in the end, actually. Let's do some tinsel. Can't go wrong with some tinsel on this damn thing. And once I've done this like really basic sketch, we can just jump straight into Blender and start making some crazy stuff. I'm going to start with the character, obviously, because that's the most fun part. And then we'll jump into doing the tree and stuff like that. That's awesome. I guess the asset browser is going to be really handy for that, for sure. If you haven't had a look into it, look into the asset browser. It's magical. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you guys reckon? You reckon that's good enough for doing some 3D sculpting there? I think that's pretty cool. Again, this is meant to be a pretty cartoony character, so we should be able to get a sculpt out the way pretty quickly. Yeah, I need to jump into using the asset browser because I haven't had much opportunity to need it right now, but I will be soon enough, especially with the film. Awesome. All right. Cool. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, for sure. The asset library is awesome. I don't know like of any like software that has it by default for free in part of their software. Like not a good one at least. Except for 3D C4D, Cinema 4D have a really cool asset library, but it's also like a library that they supply. Not today. No face reveal today, unless you see my reflection or something. By the way, my hands aren't that pasty. That's just the lighting of the window next to it. I'm not that white. I'm a bit more healthy looking. There we go. That light from the this side is making it look really like sickly. Oh yeah, I do sculpt freestyle sometimes for sure. Sometimes I'll make things up as I go along. All right, let's go ahead and save this. Oh, Photoshop better not crash on me after drawing that picture. But it's probably more likely to be Explorer being a bitch. Let's go ahead and save this in my YouTube video. If you wonder what this is actually from another tool that I use. I did a review for it earlier in the year. This thing here. I still use it, so it wasn't a one-off. It's actually really useful. Let's see. Program files. Sorry, I just gotta find this stuff out. I got too many folders, man. Too many folders. All right, there we go. This is what quick things are. What tablet screen am I using? I'm using the XP Pen 24 Pro. So it's a 24-inch tablet. 2021. So I'm very organized when it comes to my streams. 26. This would be video 26 or topic 26. Christmas special. There we go. And I always put things into folders. So pre-production would be the sketches, and then production will be the and if you're wondering what else I'm rocking at the moment, I've got a Keychrome K. What do they call these things? K2, I think, of that. K3, one of those two. And I got like a Corsair mouse, wireless mouse. Let's save this as a JPEG as well. Is what an independent? No, like what do you mean by independent? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like a K3, yeah. Not sure what you mean by independent. Like independent company? Yeah, it's its own company. It's just a tablet company. They make cool tablets. Also, we gotta admire the release of Blender 3.0. It's fucking amazing. Really cool update. I really want to explore it more. Sorry you won't be able to see much on the right here, but you're not going to miss much. I'm going to be sculpting. Independent. Yeah, it's officially out. 3.0 is officially out. Came out earlier this week. I'm going to keep that cube there. Let's bring in the sketch as a reference. Because the cool thing is I'm just going to leave it in there just so I can have it as a side thing. So let's go ahead and add the reference. Where are we? Name, date modified. Where did I put it? Fuck. Now it's gone missing. Christmas. Where are we? Christmas stream. There we are. Bloody hell. Alright, let's just drag that in there. So I'm just going to have that in there as a reference. Just put it somewhere. I don't need to worry about it being exact. Just have it in there where I want to. Oh, dude, like I did that turnaround render for the last video, and it was awesome, man. Like the difference between 2.92 and 3 was insane. Oh, it can't. Oh, no. It can't run on its own. You need to have a PC to make it run. So it's not an independent all-in-one computer. It's just a monitor. So that's what this is for. It's like a tablet, like a regular tablet. So yeah. Good question, though. Hello there, Auritus Con. Appreciate the view. Coming in to watch us sculpt. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into sculpting. I'm not even gonna. Actually, I might actually start off with what commerce practices do I recommend in terms of what exactly? I'm wondering. In terms of let's just get this body up and running. Let's first go into blocking and block out the shapes. In terms of 3D, I think it's just like understanding the basics is really, I think, really important. Like before jumping into crazy stuff. Let's turn on the mirroring as well. This is going to be the body of the character. Oh, right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Most tablet companies don't really do all-in-ones unless it's I don't know if Wacom still do them, but that was pretty much the only company that did like full-on tablet PCs, and they don't update them very often either, so it's not much point in fucking getting one. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's bring that body up. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just blocking out the basic shapes for now with some before I start sculpting. I'm just going to get the legs and all that sort of stuff up and running with some really basic shapes, and then I'm going to remesh this to fit. So remeshing it to sit inside a single object, so I can actually use it. Whoops, wrong one. Turn off the soft select. There we go. Let's bring this in a little bit. Lurking foods. I'm not sure what you mean. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. So here we go. Let's get that up and running. Let's apply that location. Let's mirror that. I'm going to do the same thing with this over here for the arms. May as well make it a bit fatter. I'm not going to worry about the hands. I'll sculpt the hands straight up, like little nubs. So it looks like an egg at the moment. That's all right. I'm just blocking it out so I don't have to like extrude out all these shapes for sculpting. So again, just grabbing these. Oh no, Blender's super good with sculpting. You'll see what I mean. Like it's amazing. Yeah, I use it. This is my main driver. These two things are my main driver: my tablet and Blender. Like I use Blender for professional work as much as I do for personal work. That's how I make a living, basically. So if anyone says that Blender's not good for prime time, you're mistaken. I use it for all kinds of stuff. But you'll see me sculpt it in a second. We'll have about 20 minutes for me to sculpt some stuff. But basically, it's really, really good for sculpting. Like, put it this way, it's been so good that I never had the opportunity to learn how to use ZBrush properly. But I find that like the problem is that Blender is good enough that I don't feel like I need to learn how to sculpt in ZBrush, even though I should. But I haven't had the need to use ZBrush enough because Blender is decent enough that I can sculpt some really good stuff with. Most wanted to say thanks for all your modeling topology videos. Helped me a ton starting out with the artistic side of game. Oh, awesome. My pleasure, dude. I really always love to hear when people enjoy the content and get something really worthwhile out of it. So yeah, awesome. Industry norms, yeah. Well, obviously, if I was forced to be in a major studio, I would teach myself this stuff, especially if I was a character artist or whatever. But I'm kind of I'm a very much a generalist, and I kind of do everything. So yeah, all right, let's get the head up and running. I'm just going to duplicate this and flatten it out. And this doesn't have to be like the be all and end all of this character. This is just really basic sculpt blocking, so I can actually just start with something. So it's easier to have some sort of basis to work from than nothing. So yeah, this is the first time I've actually sculpted this character in 3D as well, so this is going to be really fun. Let's get those arms up a little bit more. That looks a bit out of proportion. That would be good enough for now. What do I work as? I have a bunch of things. I am a teacher, so I teach at uni. And then I also am a what's my official role? I am a senior content developer for a company that focuses on AR experiences, so augmented reality. So I've been working there for a few months now as a content creator. Not a content creator in the YouTube sense, but in a like 3D artist sense. I create all the 3D content and the experiences. So I do all the different 3D assets. I do rigging, animation. I'm kind of a one-man band at the moment, but that's basically what I do. Cool. I reckon that'll do for my basic setup. Let's apply all that. Let's join those together. And we're going to remesh that using the remesh tool. So it becomes a big blob. I'm going to apply that. And now we have a sculpting base. Yeah, for sure. So you'll see it work right now. I'm going to jump right into sculpting and start sculpting out the more details. So starting with like the basic details here. Yeah, I teach, well, basically I teach 3D. I teach 3D, I teach animation when the time comes, when the opportunity arises. I do all kinds of stuff. So let's start with just smoothing this stuff out. And as you can see, the software is pretty good. There's tablets really good for this sort of stuff. Just makes the process a whole lot faster. I mean, I know I have been doing a no sculpt video series at the moment, but it's more for those who don't have access to getting one of these or just don't have one at the moment or just starting out and want to learn a bit more. But normally I would recommend definitely to have one. So yeah, I'm just going to start. Let's start with the let's start with the face. Let's just start with that face. And I can turn on Dyn Topo. I'm going to turn on Dyn Topo. That basically allows us to add geometry as we sculpt. So really good for that regard. And if I find that I'm, getting too much geometry, I'll basically just sculpt some stuff back. So let's just make let's get that nose up and running. And I can change that Dyn Topo scale a little bit like so. Let's bring that down to around 8. That will do. So this is the first time I've sculpted a character like this in a while. So it's going to be pretty interesting to go about this. So just going through, adding that detail, like just the basic blocking. Yeah. I sometimes, if I have to, I'll like you said, I'll do Dyn Topo and then I'll remesh as I go through things. So I'll definitely be doing that today, most likely. So if I find that I want to, for instance, reduce detail or smooth things out, or if I want to just use remeshing all the way, sometimes I do that as well. In case my computer starts to struggle with the density of the Dyn Topo mesh. But apparently they've had some improvements with poly limits in Blender recently, so it might actually be better to just use Dyn Topo at the moment. I do a mix of Maya and Blender, so depending on the topic, I'll actually bring up both, because a lot of students struggle to get Maya working at home properly, especially when you're working online, or Maya can be pretty buggy. So, and also just the fact that sometimes there's tools in Blender that just work better than Maya, like modeling tool sets are by far Blender's strength when it comes to doing look dev, when it comes to modeling and sculpting. Obviously, Maya doesn't really have much of a sculpting tool set. But when it comes to animation, I'll almost always exclusively teach with Maya, because it's like the industry standard when it comes to animation. It's its strongest point, basically. That's what Maya is built for. Basically, it's built for animation. It was primarily an animation software when it first came out, all those years ago. But then it sort of expanded to include all this other stuff. So I may actually use the sculpt as a basis for at least the body and the head. The eyes itself, I'll actually eventually just I'll probably just model those separately, but I'm just going to put it all in one thing at the moment. I'm just going to I'm just going to see how this goes with just the sculpt at the moment, and then we'll do a retopo after all this. I won't have time to do it today, but probably this weekend I'll do a second stream. So Saturday or Sunday, I'll do a second stream to refine what I've done today, and then we'll continue from there. Yeah, well, it's a very powerful software. That's the thing. It's meant to be catering for a lot more than just what most people expect it to be for. Like, there's a lot of power behind the Maya platform, and there's reasons why I do tutorials for it every now and then as well. I still do tutorials for it, is because one, there's just not that much content out there for Maya. Like, I know it's weird to say this, but like when it comes to quality content that isn't behind a paywall, I think that Maya is like, we need to have more of that. And I'll probably be doing more of that over the next year or so. It looks like a Muppet at the moment. Not meant to look like a Muppet, but you know, whatever. But yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes about Maya's community at the moment, is that a lot of the good content is behind a really, really annoying paid things, and it makes it really hard to learn using Maya, you know, with good reference and good knowledge backing it, at least for free online. Which tablet is this? This is the XP Pen 24 Pro. So I've been using this since I got it in around April this year, and because I looked at the options for what was out there, and this one was, in my opinion, the best value for money. So, and this is before this is the first day where I've had it, like, any sort of affiliation with them. So don't assume I'm using it because they, you know, gave it to me. I paid for this myself. I bought it myself. So this is the first time I've ever had sponsored content on this channel, like ongoing. So yeah, I've been using this for a long time before I got this offer. But yeah, this is the XP Pen 24 Pro. This is looking really weird and creepy at the moment, but that's all right. You got to start somewhere with these sculpts. And we're not trying to build a Disney character after all either. So we've got 15 minutes to block out some more stuff. So let's try and get the let's try and at least get the head up and running. So it doesn't need cheeks. Yeah, yeah, they're really nice so far as well, which is really cool. Um, but yeah, for those who are looking for a tablet, feel free to check out the offer, especially if you live in the Asia Pacific region. Um, so there's that offer from Alibaba. So feel free to use that coupon code. This character or you? You too. Thank you for coming in today. It's been awesome so far. It's been great sculpting with you guys as well, doing all this stuff. Actually, it's actually starting to look like my character a little bit, and that I gotta admit. So let's let's add the ears. I think the ears especially will help, and flattening out that head, because he has a flat head in my opinion. Let's flat that head out with a this brush here. He's not meant to have too much head, like forehead that is. Yeah, that's looking better. All right, cool. Let's get those ears up. So what I'm going to do is use let's try and use the snake hook. Actually, no. Let's use a mask. So we're going to use a mask, and we're going to paint out a region for this to be extruded. So I'm going to strengthen that up, and I want to have the extrusion take. Shit! Did I mirror that? I did. Cool. Gonna have that come out like so. Let's get that up and running like that, and then we're going to invert that mask. Yeah, let's invert that mask, and we should be able to just use the move tool to extrude out at least something here. So this is a good time to do a remesh, honestly. There we go, that'll do. Let's do a remesh. And we're going to bring down that level to 0.01. That might be enough. Yeah, enough geometry there. Let's apply that and then jump back into sculpting. Done topo, turn that back on. Where's done topo? Oh shit, wrong. I fucked that up. There we go. There we go. Done topo, turn that back on. Yeah, it's really good for that. Make sure you apply the scale of your character before you use the remesh tool though. All right. All right, so let's just smooth all that out. And let's just try to just use, it's a bit dense. You can see it's starting to feel a little bit strong here. So we can turn off the Dyn Topo for now and just use what we got for so in my character, he has like pointy ears, so my pleasure, dude. Here we go. Let's go ahead and push this around. We've got around 9 minutes to go before I have to start my real job. So let's try and get some. Let's get that up and running. And of course, this is just really early blocking. So like, you know, early days yet. We still gotta polish this guy up a lot. But he's starting to kind of look like my character in a really weird way. Like not how I expected, but We got somewhere. We got somewhere in an hour. We got a sketch done. We got a character up and running. You know, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. Which one? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, what class? I got class. I actually teach class in about 5 minutes. So, I work from home at the moment. Obviously, COVID and all that sort of shit. Not that we're in lockdown or anything like that. It's just extended out from when it was a big thing in Melbourne, and I use the time that I would normally spend on the train or bus or car, and I use that time to stream in the morning. Yeah, what job? Teaching today. I'm teaching today. Normally, rest of the week I'm doing my other stuff. So today is all about teaching. All right, cool. We're getting there. All right, let's just flatten out that back of the head. It's looking a little bit crappy. Let's go in and just really push that around. And I'm lucky that I'm right-handed because there's no space on the other side of my desk to put a webcam. Oh, yeah. Like, I actually don't mind remote teaching. I think it's so far the students that I've been teaching have done really good work doing remote. Better than, in a weird way, better than in person. So yeah, just trying to make some appealing shapes now. I'm gonna get that back in there. Let's just get that back in there, and we can start to yeah. He's going to have a bit of a bum and a bit of a belly, so let's just get that up and running. Any plans to use ZBrush in the future? Yeah, I'd say so. I want to learn. I need to learn actually. I want to be. I want to use the power of ZBrush for character stuff, honestly, because the only thing that's missing out of Blender is like layers. I would love to have sculpt layers, and they have that as a plugin, but it would be nice to have it as an official thing in Blender. Hey, what are you doing? One of my other tricks would be, this is the one thing that you can't do in ZBrush, which really shits me, is that you can have 2 viewports. That's the other reason why I never use it, is because with ZBrush, you're stuck to the single viewport, so you're constantly moving around. But if I'm using Blender, I can just see how my profile's going on the side without really affecting anything. That's the real magic here of using like a traditional 3D software, is that at least you have viewports, like multiple viewports, front, side, back, top, down. Yeah, the interface is what really draws me away from it, honestly. Like, the interface itself is horrific, and it's just not intuitive. Like, for a software that's meant to be all about naturalistic sculpting, like use it like emulating nature in terms of like being able to manipulate things like a real sculptor would, it is incredibly unintuitive, in my opinion. Really annoying. But with this, it's a bit simpler in a way. Like, the simplicity actually helps out in reducing that burden, that disconnect. But also it's just, yeah, easier to access. It's not so expensive. Obviously, it's free in this case, so don't have to worry too much about it. Let's get his belly a little lower as well. It's just, yeah, it's better. That looks a bit better. Now it looks like he's got like a hernia or something like that. Yeah, for sure. Like, once it's the case with any UI paradigm. Like, it's a very different UI paradigm to anything else out there. And the same thing can be said about Blender. Its UI paradigm is very different to other 3D software. So you know, I can't argue that it's worse. You know what I mean? Like, when in actual fact, Blender is in some ways just as esoteric as ZBrush. Honestly, there's some eccentricities about the software that is completely out of the realm of any other 3D software. So and even with the latest updates, you know, and the simplification of the UI. Oh, my pleasure. I do plan on doing some texturing videos again soon as well. So a lot of texturing, animation, that sort of stuff that will be coming up soon, going forward. It's all in what you like the feel of. Yeah, exactly right. Same thing with anything else, any hobby like thing, any tool. Like for instance, I do photography, and I loved Olympus stuff. I loved using Olympus cameras and stuff like that. But since they've kind of gone down the toilet, I've had to move over. So I've moved over to Fujifilm, and yeah, they're just amazing cameras in them as well. So like, I don't enjoy using other, like, if it doesn't feel like I'm using a film camera, then I just don't like using them. They feel too digital, too unintuitive. So let's just wrap it up. I've got 1 more minute before we wrap up. Let's just flatten out that chin a little bit. Let's gonna flatten that. Whoops, too much. Let's just get that chin down. Let's give him a bit of an overbite, Simpsons style overbite. Yeah, that's looking better already. Yeah, that's looking better already. Yeah, awesome. We are going to retopo this. So on top of the no sculpt videos, I will be retopoing this character for the tree. So I'll also supply this up online. So all these sort of files and stuff will be on eventually they'll end up on my Patreon. So you can actually download these and stuff like that. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I think we did quite a bit today. I'm quite happy with our progress. So next video, we'll start to continue on with this. I might actually do some more today, this afternoon. Not stream it, but I'll do some more sculpting. And then yeah, we'll try and get this up and running as fast as possible. But we've done quite a bit. There's a sketch. We've got the character blocked out. And yeah, we can start to see it come to life. But apart from that, thank you for watching. It's been awesome. Been really fun. And again, I'll see you guys soon. And feel free to check out the offer on hand on the YouTube comments. So there's 2 links, one for Australia, one for AliExpress. So if you want to get a tablet or whatever, there's a discount code for either region. Anyway, enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening if you're from overseas. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. So cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you.